I still have and use the nut bowl and mallet I made on a lathe in junior high school shop in the middle 1950s. Watching Tomislav Tomasic return old bowls recently inspired me to return this one that I made in junior high school more than 65 years ago. I don't know what kind of wood it is. I think it might be mahogany, the two dark bands. 60 years ago or so, there was contrast between the dark and the light wood, but over time, I'm not sure what's on here, probably shellac. It's become very dark. This is the first thing I made on a lathe, probably. Or maybe this mallet was first. But I made them the same year, 9th grade shop, 1956 or 57. As you can tell, I use this regularly. And this bowl has been in use in my parents' house and now in mine. I added these holes for the tools, nutcracker and the picks, afterward, and chipped this out in drilling it. I don't know what's going on here, but the interior is very rough. You see that big catch over there. I do not know anything about making this. I mean, I don't remember what gouges. It looks like this was screwed to some sort of plate. I don't remember chucks. I just don't remember. It's been too damn long. But what I want to do is return this. I want to smooth it, get it nice and bright again, take this down just far enough to get rid of that. Just generally see what I can do with it. This is all glued together in a sandwich before it was turned, of course, and that's all I remember. So what I need to do is figure a way to mount this. I could put this in a chuck, but I kind of don't trust that. I don't know what kind of glue you use, probably whatever wood glue was the norm at the time. But I don't want to snap that off. But what I could do, put that in the shark jaws, got a recess in this. And this one will do if it'll fit. Well, getting it to turn true is going to be a trick. May be impossible. That's pretty close. I spent several minutes trying to get this to turn true. It's really hard to manipulate this. Just a smidgen. I always wants to go 2 smidgens. Okay, that's going to be good enough. Because I'm going to take it down everywhere anyway. I forgot about that gouge. Got a lot of catches making this. I think that's 87. Nope, tenon's 87. Mortise, about 103 to 105. So what I'll do now is put in the mortise, clean up this, and the bottom, and then turn it around. And what shall I use on this? Use a 1/2 inch bowl gouge first. Well, this is kind of scary. Haven't touched this in 65 years. And of course I forgot to reposition the camera. 900. Well, even Rip Van Winkle finally woke up. Okay, it's got a good mortise, pretty flat in here. You can see the original 3 mounting holes, screw holes. Sure, the shop teacher, Mr. Sheely. That's his name, Mr. Sheely. See little voids there in the glue. Don't worry about that now. As I shear scraped the lighter colored wood, it was obvious to my nose that it's pine. I thought it was smooth enough I could start sanding with 180 grit. I think I'll go back to 120s. I sanded with 120 and 180 and 240, and that's as far as I'll go. Brushing dust out of the dovetail. Let me save some of this to fill these 3 screw holes in the bottom. Ooh, that edge got sharp. The corner of the foot was sharp, so I took off the edge with a bit of sandpaper. Now, this is not smooth as I would like. The angle on the end of my new skew is just right for getting into this corner. I use a spindle detail gouge to clean up the very bottom of the corner and to clean up damage left by the side of the skew on the bottom of the bowl. And then a very light shear scrape with the bowl gouge. And then a little more sanding. Always a little more sanding. Finally, I'm satisfied. Well, almost. Got some swirl marks there. This is a 9th grade turning. I don't know that it's necessary or even proper to make it too nice. It's going to be nice to see this contrast again here in a few minutes. Pretty close to true. You'll see how a scraper does. Taking off the finish. If I look nervous and tentative as I approach this, it's because I am. It feels almost like rewriting history. Now I can identify the wood. The fragrance identifies the lighter wood as pine. The dark wood is mahogany. The pine boards are wider than the bowl. The mahogany is 2 pieces butted together. That catch is in a slight gap or glue joint between the 2 pieces of mahogany. The dry wood produces a mixture of dust and shavings. You can see the glue joints in the mahogany here and here. Quite a contrast between what it is now and what it was before. Need to take it off just a little bit right here. Just a little. Still a little ridge there. Yeah, I got it. The post here got chipped when I drilled holes in it some years after I made this thing. So I'm going to take this down just far enough to get rid of that. And then peel down the inside, smooth it out, smooth out the bottom. I think I'll just scrape it all the way down. There in the center is one of the catches from 65 years ago. Half-inch spindle gouge. I want to take just enough wood off to get rid of that old catch. Little by little, it's getting there. I'll try to level the bottom with a 1-inch scraper. The first pass will show how uneven the bottom is. The rest needs to be higher to work that deep. My 1-inch round scraper has too big a radius for the corner. The 5/8 round is just right. There is still a little old shellac left in the corner and next to the center post. Just a little bit deeper, but first I'll refresh the burr with a diamond card. I got the corner cleaned up, but in doing so, I plowed a furrow in the bottom, so now I have to level the bottom again. I put the tool rest as close to the bowl as I could to minimize overhang. All the old finish is off, except right around the base of this pedestal. And I got a little bit more flattening to do on the bottom. A little bit more shaping this right down there. Still a little bit of color there. One more. Turn this back on too. A lot of dust in here. Still have the ridge right there. Slight little defect here, but I don't know how much lower I dare go. I forgot to lower the tool rest. There's still a trace of a catch 65 years ago. All but gone. Sanding will eliminate it. I've been sanding this for more than an hour now and getting a little tired of it. There's some tool marks in here. Still a trace of one right here. This is the last one. This is going to be 320. Don't know if I need to do that, but I will. Okay, there's still a little bit trace of a catch down there. But this was a 9th grade project. How perfect does it have to be now? Teenage alcohol. Okay, what do I want to put on this? I think I'll start with sanding sealer, finish it up with shellac. I should put a label on here before I forget what it is. tell, holds a lot of this stuff. Wastes a lot. Now it's beginning to look like what it looked like 65 years ago. I'm glad I finally got up enough nerve to do this. I'm going to put shellac on this. It's going to take more than one coat, I can tell. Third coat of shellac. I've sanded it lightly with 320 between coats. I'd forgotten over the last 6 decades how light the wood was, and I didn't know the term chatoyance back then, but this mahogany has plenty of it. I don't see any need to do anything. It's got 3 coats of shellac. I didn't do anything to the last coat. I'll check for runs. I think I cleaned all those up while they were still wet. Oh, that's right. There's some worse. Don't do that. So, all I have to do is finish the bottom. I'll put some logos on that before I put the shellac on it. There's my 1956 or 57 bowl, returned 2023. There's a little bit runny down there, but do I want to do anything about it? Didn't see those little runs in there. Damn it. Okay, I decided to sand the bottom. That's where the runs are. It's 320.